All right, we're back. We got some more great topics to talk about. We'll move on to the NBA and, of course, the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Originally, after the first two games of this series, it looked like the Spurs were going to take it, but it looked like the young legs of OKC started to come back. Last night, that was evident. Obviously, when you have San Antonio only playing 24 minutes of a 48-minute game, that's going to cost you, and that's what happened late. And, of course, we could just talk about that. Are the San Antonio Spurs done? And is this the OKC Thunder's time to shine?
I don't know if they're done, but I think the Thunder are going to win the championship this year. Tim Duncan, I think, really needs to put this team on his back if they're going to have a chance at coming back in this series. He's won 4 championships in his career. He's getting the length of the Thunder down low is bothering him. Between Perkins and Ibaka, he's having trouble getting room and space to that patented bank shot from the high post. He's not got the time and space to make that shot, and if he doesn't make significant changes, they don't have a chance in the next game on Wednesday.
Yeah, and Duncan's got an old back to carry that team. They are starting to look older. They're starting to look slower. OKC just seemed to pick up speed as that series went on. Last night, Harden makes an incredible three-pointer. Yeah, I kind of have to say the Spurs are probably on their last legs. So
are we going to see I guess Manu Ginobili would be the guy to talk about, who's really carried that team. Last night had 33 points. For a sixth man, not bad, but still they need their top guys to come out. What about Parker? Will he have an opportunity to, or should he step up if they're going to have any chance to win it?
Well, he has to. But I think one of the things that's been great about the Spurs all series has been how their role players have stepped up and made just huge contributions. Guys like Boris Diaw, whose passing has been insane, and Kawhi Leonard, who's played fairly good defense whenever it's been called for upon Kevin Durant. He's had his moments, and there's a guy that you didn't expect much out of in this series. Even Steven Jackson has had his moments. He didn't play much last night, but they need those guys. He helped
that team, especially when they were struggling early on that first quarter and a half.
Absolutely, and if Parker's having an off night, then it's on those role players, and so far the Thunder's role players have outplayed the Spurs role players.
Okay, so 6 or 7 games.
Well, yeah, like the Spurs top 5 players aren't their top 5 players. They're done, and I can see OKC, they're going to be just rolling over them back home now.
All right, now let's move on to another round, the Eastern Conference Final in the NBA. We have Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. What has been the issue for the Miami Heat, especially with the big three since they came in last year, was really closing out those big games. The last-minute shot, 0 for 10, is what they're going for. Is it a little scary now with the series tied at 2? I know they got home court advantage, but is there something a little wary about that statistic?
I believe so, especially with LeBron not shooting very well at the free throw line right now. I think he's 5 of 13 in the last 2 games. He fouled out and left for the first time as a member of the Miami Heat. I was surprised to hear that, but they need him in the lineup, especially without Bosh, although I hear he's going to play tonight, and hopefully he can have some sort of an impact because they have been terrible down low. They need him in the game. With LeBron playing the 4, they're useless. They need him on the wing. They only have one play. It's LeBron and D-Wade pick and roll all game, and that's it. And maybe they get a nice 3 from Shane Battier or Mike Miller every now and then. But if those two aren't having the games of their lives like they were against the Pacers down the end of that series,
or like a Mario Chalmers, because it seemed a little iffy just before the end of the fourth quarter. The ball was in the hands of, or pardon me, overtime. The ball was in the hands of Dwayne Wade, who was a 29% three-point shooter. I don't think necessarily you want him to do that. He should have probably stepped in. But let's just move on to this series. It's now a best of 3. Is this Miami's to lose?
Yeah, it is. Bosh comes into the lineup tonight, gets some good minutes. They have a chance to win tonight. And then after that, it's anybody's series. But I got a feeling that the Heat, if they come out good tonight and they come out with good solid minutes by Bosh, James chips in, and Wade as well, and they carry that team, and the Heat are going to roll on.
Yeah, I've been absolutely surprised that the Celtics have maintained this through the last 2 games, especially without Avery Bradley in the lineup. Their defense on the wings has been actually decent, and when you're playing the top 2 wing players in the world, that's impressive to me, and I don't see them, if with Bosh back in the lineup, I don't see them continuing that at all.
All right, Euro 2012 starts this Friday. Poland, Greece is the first game. But let's talk about the teams that are their favorite. Of course, Germany being one of them, the defending champion, Spain. Who's your guys' lock to win the championship?
Well, I've got some German blood, so I'm pulling for the Germans a little bit, and I think they are one of the favorites. I think that along with the Spanish, it's between those two teams really. The Germans with that liberation generation of all the players who were born in foreign countries like Tunisia and Turkey and whatnot, bringing those players together to the team that is really more talented than any German team, I think, in a long, long time. And I think they will, I hope, as they're in that group of death with the Netherlands and Portugal and Denmark, I hope they can pull it out and at least make it to the final.
Yeah, Germany's going to be the team to beat. I like Netherlands. You know, they could be hanging around there. They could get to the semifinal and kind of go from there.
Who's the dark horse in the group then, I guess, in this tournament?
Probably Russia, out of all of them, yeah.
You know what? They've got not the most difficult group in the world. I would go with another team from that group, Poland, the host nation. We've seen hosts do particularly well in these kind of tournaments with a team in their group as well, Greece winning in 2004. And Poland's got a few players that play in the German league, and they play against high competition there. And I think that if maybe with the support of their fans back home in Poland, and who knows, crazier things have happened.
All right, well, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more Gloves Are Off.